Quay, maybe. It's 5:40 in the morning, Wednesday, West Coast time. It's the 21st of May, 2025. Morning, Rev. I'm not quite sure on how to address this one. You know how I'd get into different topics and go nuts and get serious. I feel like there had been a horn blown, and somehow we're hearing the sounds of changes that aren't affecting any and everybody a great deal more. And these changes are sounds of doom and gloom. Am I looking at this right? Am I saying this right? You know how you feel your place is in the world. Sometimes you feel a little out of place, but then again, there's always something to right you up. You're you're wobbly. You're not standing tall or not standing at all. You're looking at everything uneven. I'm waking up to that reality. Yeah, it's been unfolding before me, but I never did want to recognize it and just didn't want to deal with it. Now I got to deal with it. When you see some stalwart things that you hold on to because you think it's going to ride you out, and then realize it's not going to be there anymore. You feel isolated, alone, and it's like these logs. Instead of just becoming a ranting and raving, they have to be more of telling of stories that are collapsing upon themselves. Our sense of the world, our sense of being, our sense of what's right and wrong is getting tossed around left and right. When you see people taking advantage of that a great deal and forcing other people to bend to that will, that thing, because their own greed and corruption wants everything controlled. And how many times you keep trying to tell them what the hell is going on? People don't want to listen. They don't want to obey. They don't. Fighting, rebel. Okay, fine. I understand that portion of it. But what I'm trying to get into what I'm trying to communicate here, and I'm having a bitch of a time trying to explain it because even when I try to explain it to myself, I can't even understand it. Things we took for granted that may come out a scrapper, maybe bloodied as hell, but still come out in one piece, but still pissed off enough to chew on more dirt. Thing, things and entities and who and what we put our faith and trust into, it may not be enough. Do we have to? Do we have to look at everything right now and say that it is what it is and just deal with the inevitable? With change is happening slowly, but also cataclysmic. It's hard to just say I give up. Some things that I actually looked at, hoped that maybe there would have been something that would tell us that this was inevitable. Fight the good fight, yes. Eventually, you're destined to lose. I see it, I hear the resignations. I hear the constant screaming and yelling, shaking of the fists. You see a smirk of laughter saying everything's going to be okay while everything's getting taken away from us. Despite how many times we keep trying to shake the fist or try to pound. It's like we're tied somehow. And whatever we do isn't making a difference. Or everything we say is not making a difference. It's, I don't know, is it cyclic? Is it cyclic? Is it... I hear people who've struggled like crazy, and yet I'm hearing the horns of surrender. It's surrender. Not surrendering to the things we want to surrender to and hope that things are going to be okay. No, we're surrendering to things we don't like to do it because there's no other choice. And everything we took for granted, everything we had for memories, everything we had that we lived up through, and anything and everything that we had taken for granted, we thought they were going to be, it's going to be moving from section to section to section with us. It'll be part of us, and then we're isolated, alone. And where's our assurances? Where's the security? And it's like the other side had won and we lost. And worse, that we have to fight even harder for survival. I woke up to that way this morning, watching one of the independents out there. They tried to be fierce in their talking, but what I heard was the horn of surrender. And that side that was being warred upon, just won, because there was no resistance. They're talking about a network crashing and burning. If the lawsuit doesn't come through, if this doesn't come through, the stability crash and burn. They want to merge to become better, larger, be a golden parachute in there somewhere, and yet being crashed and burned. And whatever we held on to, it became something else. And that we failed. We failed, Reverend. We failed. And some of the stories I wrote, I sent over to you. Try to find them and send them back over to you again. Some things become inevitable, no matter how much and how hard you struggle. How you're destined, how you're feeling and fleeting that you have to fight this damn thing out to prove something. And you see everything collapse. Sometimes I'm reminded of that. How is it that when things are about to be reborn, and fire or ashes, it seems like it's inevitable that we no longer hold on to what we knew, we wanted, we longed for, that was going to be carrying us through everything else that we held on to one way or another. And we say change sucks, and we see what the changes are. More death, more destruction, more fire. It's not losing of the physical, it's also losing ideas, hope, ideologies. because the other side has beaten you to the point where you just can't take it anymore. You just say, fuck it. That's watching one independent out there on YouTube. And it's like I'm feeling that. I'm sensing that. I get overwhelmed by it. Tried to beat it. Tried to see the. Tried to see them beat it. And then they're getting their asses kicked left and right. And maybe I'm looking at things not so much of a. I don't know. How am I taking it? I'm taking it like everything else is disintegrating left and right. I'm just part of the process and just waiting for the disintegration to happen. I'm waiting for my world to start collapsing physically if it's not everything else collapsing around me. What I held for granted, what I held for true, what I held for righteousness, what I held on to for life-saving. What I grew up with believing these things and then it comes out to be not. How disillusion. Things you took for granted, you know, news coming through, information. Information that is shoddy at best now these days. Just someone else's colored version of what reality is supposed to be and we're supposed to be accepting it. Did I have enough of the spoonfuls of yuck going down the throat instead of sugar? What did I wake up to? It's like Rip Van Winkle waking up to a nightmare, along with his writer, Washington Irving. While Irving was trying to write a fictional account of something, maybe a warning of sorts. But they both woke up in the same place at the same time. They're staring at each other and they're staring at the world that scared one person, but reliving it in another person's eyes. I don't know. I don't know. Slowly waking up to the fact that some things are inevitable and they're going to be crashing and burning, and I've got to go through smoke, ashes, salty waters, and grayish landscapes all over again. So I can see a damn fire and burning everything else up, and then you see the devastation afterwards. And you say, how the hell you built out of this one? Can't move out of it, you're stuck where you are. Everything else torched, everything's laughing like crazy. And what keeps sticking in my head is a little tiny green plant fighting for survival. Trying to fight. Trying to fight for air. Trying to fight and say, I'm here. Everything else has been stampled upon. Life ran out. Death and destruction. Where's the hope? Where's the dreams? Old is gone, burned away now. Now what? Yet why does that little plant survive? Why did he struggle up through that ash and smoke and junk all around? Why? The only thing I could do is stare at a little green plant. Somewhere in the stories I also wrote something like that in there. In that fashion. I'm hearing the death knells. I'm hearing the horns of defeat and everything else, and it's terrifying, trembling, humbling, and it's dumbing me down. I feel like I've already been crushed enough by a damn boot, and it's not even enough. I keep hearing, I want more, I want more, give me more, give me more. It's like I haven't got any teeth to bite the damn foot. I haven't got enough strength in the arms to stab at one to say, shut up, without having a boot or a foot stomping down on my face again. Laughing with a leering, jeering, ugly face. And why do I keep thinking about a damn green plant still struggling for survival in a devastated forested area that used to be a forest, but now is all ashes and smoke and lifeless? Yet one green plant, one tiny thing sticking out with a few leaves, looking for sunlight. I have that image in my head as well. Probably would say it's hope. I feel like my eyes, my ears have been clouded over and say it's been too late. And I still want to fight. I get pissed off every time I hear that damn horn blow from different people left and right. It's one thing when I do wails of grief, of mourning, of remembrance, of remorse, of the things I used to like, be part of, felt happy and alive. All of it turned away, burned to ashes, gone. What do I have left? Aches and pains, my useless joints. Looking up and seeing things crawling around all over the damn time, all over the place. I look at it suddenly knew that they've been there all along and I've been ignoring it so much. Looking at my life changing and mutating and getting older, more feeble, instead of useful, and looking for hope. I'm looking for shadows on walls. Those videos that I do, memories. Memories. Things I'm not quite so sure I'm supposed to be dealing with. And I keep looking back in the past that I want to be part of. I see the old, try to remember it as much as possible. Miss it, mourn it, grieve for it. I don't see the land of greenery, of soft lawns, fresh air, breezes going through, clouds and sun, coolness of a morning dew. No ashes and smoke I see in people just with a sad, sullen eyes, and sometimes eyes don't even want to see what's there anymore. Groping and blind and being zombie. You're alive and you're not alive. You're dead and not so much dead. You're existing but not existing. You're shade, you're specter. You're part of the past. All only existing in reruns and repeats. All this. Say it's a new world order, yeah. A new world order built on ashes, smoke, death, destruction, whines, cries. Yeah, how do you build upon that? Someone else shuffling, trying to find stuff to survive on. You can't do that. You demand, you demand, you demand, and you got nothing left to give this demanding voice, this demanding asshole. Some people still want to fight because there's nothing left to do. Either fight among the survivors or you try to fight against that damn boot. It's the only thing we got left to do. Burned ourselves up with anger, hate, revenge always on the mind, and yet there's what's there to revenge? What's there to gain? When the constant view is devastation happening. Where's the greenery? Where's that little plant fighting for survival? Has somebody transplanted and mutated or stomped the shit out of it? There's no hope left. And the only thing to look at is constant death and destruction. And here are the terms, why bother? A repeating mantra. What's there to rebuild from when the topsoil is all ashes and smoke, nuked like crazy, and you're existing in it, but you're not living in it, you're dying from it. Become part of death, disease, and the shades. They moan, they groan for all eternity of what they were, who they were, how they were. All the fears and phobias. Or where was the hope? Where was the song? Where was the rejoicing? Where was the happiness? Laughter only echoing through the ages. You see things from whole perspectives. What life was used to be. Can't see beyond tomorrow because tomorrow is nuked beyond all recognition. How do you rebuild? And yet I'm called to do that. Be part of the shade and I'm still alive. Tell my story, share everything else I can on video and audio. And is that it? The adventure of life is it? Stories that we used to tell each other. Is that all there is? I don't know anymore. I feel like things are just collapsing in constant rattling laughter. Irritating as hell. It wants more, but it can't get any more. It demands more out of the shadows it has, but there's no more substance. There's no more creativity. There's no more life because it's been devastated. And it's irritating as hell, isn't it? And yet this one thing keeps wanting more and more out of it. How do you get more and more out of a closed universe that's already been torched? You get the anger. You get angry and anger and anger and anger and angry. Fed upon itself. Constant war among itself. Where's the healing? Where's the light from above? Nothing, because everything's clouded. Constantly clouded, covered over. The numbness. That's what gets you. The numbness in this new reality. Old reality is burned away because excessive greed, we want more and more and more, and there's nothing left. You're so damn numb. Everything about you is burned away. You're just numb. You're a zombie. Where nothing's existing anymore. Hell of a thing to wake up to with a reality check. Bones, muscles, sinew, body. All labored. All sore as hell. A constant reminder of what hell is like. So I'm afraid we're there or getting there. Plant that struggling gets stepped on. The usual place where it was, but no longer. Why do I keep thinking about certain things that kind of remind me of this? Stories written, movies done. Struggle for something. Anything. Even a little plant on the ground. Struggling through cement. Trying to reach the sun. And people try to step all over that damn thing. Yeah, there was a movie I watched a long time ago, Joe versus the volcano. Tom Hanks was in it, fighting it. I think Meg Ryan was in it too. Plants struggling through the cement, trying to get out, just trying to live. There's life among the living zombies. And anathema to zombies. Living, knowing what life is, was, what is. I see it. I see it. I think I see the images of it. I think I see the fantasies of it. Or which was the fantasy? The hellscape, the feeling of being numb, to being a zombie, and everything crushed to death. Or is that the reality we're still supposed to work with? A plant still struggling out of the ashes. Of something that hurts like hell, even worse than what we've already been through. That's the thing that scares more people than anything else. Hope. Life. We're too damn used to being a zombie, and now we got other people walking all over us. The fight for survival is tiring as hell to both the soul and to the body and the mind. That's how I'm feeling it. That's how I'm seeing it. That's how I feel like I'm existing right now in it. This morning is what I'm feeling it. Institutions one had tried to put emphasis on ideas and ideologies getting smashed. It said you have to die before you get reborn. How much any deader we have to be before we are reborn? still dead. We don't even know that we're supposed to be reborn. We're just zombies. And it's hard as hell to deal with it. It's hard as hell to deal with this. You can throw this into a damn poem and let people read about it, saying you'd be depressed as hell. Just get a transcript written up if you could, and show it to people that this is what death is like. This is zombie. When people have already squished and pressed you into something else that you can't even be pressed into, and yet you still feel it. Or there's still more demands and you can't feel it. You can't do it. They want more and more and more. And you got nothing to give them except raising an eyebrow, and then you got people asking more and demanding more and more. You're like a lifeless ghoul or zombie or monster or demon. I look in the eyes of people wandering the street throughout my lifetime, and I'd seen this. I had seen this. I just never recognized it as much. I never recognized it as much as people struggling for survival and existence. Yet others would keep knocking things away from them, yelling and screaming at them. There's no hope for you. There's no existence for you. Because I'm taken away, I want it, I'm taken away from you. You're powerless, you're weak, and you suck. You royally suck. There's no sunlight for you, there's no hope. There's a lie in it. All the time. Try to yell and scream at each other that there's supposed to be hope somewhere. Where the hell is it? We don't see it, we don't hear it, we don't feel it, we don't smell it, we don't taste it. But there's supposed to be hope somewhere. Get angry and push people away and everything else. You're talking about at the point where you've been totally given in. Doesn't matter how much you cooperate, you still get beaten up. Enslaved into it. You're once happy in one place and out another place you're not. You're not. Try to adapt as much as possible, and you still can't because your old ways are still there. Still in the genetics, still somewhere in the spirit. I don't know why I woke up thinking and feeling this way when I kept seeing about CBS going to be crashing and burning, and seeing how some of the other people are just not caring enough. Old institutions building and dying. They had been and no longer. I was supposed to be writing an essay about how people and things and institutions mattered. And yet I felt like I can't do this. You know what here the bitch of it is? That little plant grew up